This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona. Brother Mike is back on the radio. My goodness. So glad you tuned in. Thank you for listening to the program, today's Bible study. Satan's worst American cities. Wow. Is he making a move now? Will you call somebody and tell them the radio program's on? And I'll make some announcements. This is Brother Mike. I am the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. As you know, it's the red brick building. If you go to the website, you'll see all of our ministry services there. But I'm not going to make any announcements today because we are revamping our schedule and our ministry priorities for 2026. So in 2026, the information is going to be different. Please keep track of the radio program or go to the website, hardcorechristianity.com, find out what all of our new services. We will be keeping the Friday night service at 7 o'clock, my Sunday morning podcast service at 9 o'clock, and we will be keeping a couple other services, but things are changing there, and I hope you'll keep abreast of the services. If you haven't noticed, America is rotting to the core right in front of our eyes, and it's all because of one person, and that's Satan. Supernatural beings of the highest order and level, mentioned in Ephesians 6, have been sent to destroy the United States, and is it ever working? They do it territorially, and the demons that are in charge of America are chopping the country up, usually doing it by cities, counties, and states. But before we get there, an interesting survey recently came out. Wallet Hub study came out. They contacted a bunch of resources on 182 different cities all over the United States. And they monitored them based on 37 vices. Okay? You know, different things like criminal activity, porn, adult entertainment, gambling, different things. And they came up with the top 5 rottenest, most corrupt cities in the United States. The Apostle Paul summarized these cities back in 2,000 years ago in the New Testament in the book of Galatians. In chapter 5, you notice that Apostle Paul listed the lusts of the flesh. This is a very long list. It's a longer list than the one Jesus gave us in the Gospels. Well, let's go down the list, because all of these lusts of the flesh are rampant in the 5 cities I'm going to mention to you real quickly that were the results of this hub survey. Galatians chapter 5 says, quote, "The works of the flesh are manifested in," number 1, adultery. Greek word moikia. That means heterosexual sex between people who are not married. Number 2, fornication. Porneia. That means any form of sexual sin. Could be animal, could be homosexual, could be adultery, could be anything. Could be porn, doesn't matter. By the way, as an aside, which of those 2 was grounds for divorce in Jesus' teachings in the Sermon on the Mount? Anybody know? That's correct. It was fornication. So that means if your husband or wife is addicted to porn or is a serial adulterer over social media, that is legal grounds for divorce because it is porneia, fornication. Number 3, uncleanness. Akatharsis is the Greek word that means sexual or immoral impurity. Number 5, lasciviousness, aselgia. That's the same thing as licentiousness and wantonness in the New Testament. Same Greek word translated all three different ways. And again, it's just sexual promiscuity. Right? So here we go. 6, idolatry. That's obvious. Hinduism, Islam, and so on, worshiping false gods. 7, witchcraft. Pharmakia. That means witches and sorcerers who are involved with potions and spells and, different types of drugs, everything. Number 8, hatred. Number 9, variance. Eretz is the Greek word for variance, and that's somebody who is a constant, quarrelsome, arguing person. Here we go. Next one, emulations. Zelos. Zelos is the Greek word for emulations. It means someone who is aggressive and eagerly causing rifts and splits in the church. Wrath. That's an obvious one. Strife. That's an obvious one. Seditions. Those are people that are involved in conspiracy theories who separate groups into different sections or factions. Heresies. Yes, those are people who teach things that are abnormal. Envyings, murders, drunkenness, and lastly, he mentioned revelings. Greek word kamos. Kamos is a Greek word for revelings. It means people who are party animals, revelers. And Paul says this word. Listen to this quote. I tell you before, as I have told you in the past, they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. In this Wall Hub study, by the way, it came out last month in November. Like I said, they went through and researched 182 cities. They came up with all this interesting information. And here were the results of it. What's the rottenest city in the United States? Anybody know? Of course you do. It's Las Vegas. It's not just the gambling capital almost of the world. They also have the most adult entertainment destinations per capita. The place is called Sin City, if that gives you a hint of what's going on here. They've got porn and strip clubs and adult entertainment dwarfing any other city in the United States. It's absolutely unbelievable. They have the 5th highest level of fraud and identity theft of any state in the United States. People who have lust demons for greed, porn, sex, everything. Las Vegas is your number 1 place to visit. Number 2, hold on to your seats, Houston, Texas. Number 2 on the list. They have the 3rd highest number of adult entertainment establishments. They rank among the nation's highest in Google searches for, guess what? Extramarital affairs, pornography, and strip clubs. The residents of Houston, by the way, are also the most violent in the country. The nation's 5th highest number of mass shootings over the last 2 years. Unbelievable. Number 3, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is having the 14th most highest rated hate crimes per capita in the United States. The 8th most mass shootings over the last 2 years. They have stringent gun laws in Los Angeles and have incredible numbers of mass shootings. The residents in Los Angeles are also less generous than most American cities. Less than a quarter of all the residents volunteer any of their time to help others. It's the 5th lowest in the nation. LA has the 24th lowest percentage of residents who donate their adjusted gross income to charitable causes. Translation, they don't give a rat's fanny about you. Next one, number 4, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. Not likely. Another city failing to live up to its name, the city of brotherly love. What a joke that is. They are ranked second in the survey in Wallet Hub's Anger and Hatred Index. They are seventh in the United States in jealousy. Greed and laziness does not abound in Philadelphia as they do in other cities, but lust and vanity are surprisingly prevalent. The city is ranked 12th and 18th in those categories. The crime rate's incredible in Philadelphia. The sin is rampant there. Number 5, Atlanta, the capital of Georgia. Can you imagine that? A rich history dating back to the Civil War. What a great city it used to be. They are ranked number 5 for both jealousy and lust categories. They rank 9th for vanity. The city is near the bottom of the list in the excesses and vices and the greed categories, ranking 117th and 168th respectively. It is also ranked 92nd for laziness among the 182 cities studied. And of course, all these cities are Democrat-run cities, are they not? Yeah, of course. They only did the top 5 in this hub survey, but if you went to the top 10, you would throw in New Orleans, number 1 city in the United States for witchcraft and sorcery, drugs, prostitution, staggering levels of prostitution. Not as much as Las Vegas, but certainly in the top 2 or 3. If you'd expanded this thing to the top 10 list, you would have had to have thrown in Chicago. The devil's running amok in Chicago. Last year, over 10,000 African Americans were shot and killed. Can you imagine that? 8,000 of them were shot and killed by other African Americans. They murder thousands of African Americans every single year in Chicago. And the mayor there claims the city's safe. Folks, we could go on and on about these cities. What's happening here? The devil is taking over the country. He does it one town, one county, one state at a time. He whittles them all down. And he uses politicians to give very liberal policies of justice, and sin runs amok. The 18 lusts of the flesh that Paul mentioned in the book of Galatians can be found in these cities over and over again. See you next time.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.